Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Ridiculous. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Hello and welcome to a special we got more Star Wars content. More. And look, we're gonna get into it. Welcome to the first 3 episodes of the Skeleton Crew of the Film Blurs. Hi, I'm Brandon Norwood, aka Hero Protagonist. You know the plan, aka the true father of Joe, Kanye, and Aubrey's kids. Aubrey, you gotten your lawsuits laughed at, aka Papi Chulo, aka the Glizzy King. Nathan owes me a refund, aka Mr. Krusty. Disney, don't sue me because I don't want to miss that. Aka the Lethal Protector, aka it's Morbin time, aka Ezekiel Sims, bad ADR, don't match my mouth, aka my biggest pet peeve is sports because I don't like seeing grown men sweat on each other, aka I want a Subaru Outback with mad strippers in the back giving shape ups, aka Rough McGruff, aka D's Nuts, and aka B Wood, the Mob Deeb. Call me your Messiah or catch a Chris knife to the gut, and then your girl becomes my concubine, and I take over, and I still take over anyway. And I'm joined here today, as always, with...
Yellow. This is Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. Uncle Jeffrey, a.k.a. J. Otis Dynamite, a.k.a. Praetorian Jeff, Revengeman Button, He Who Remains, Petty Ruxpin, Jobu Tupaki, Little Tom. This motherfucker, to be determined. I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. The Black Giovanni Ribisi. Chocolate Tarantino, Ebony Spielberg. Boom. All right, so let's get into it.
I just found out last night this was originally supposed to be a movie, and then it became a TV show because of COVID. Like this, John Watts was immediately going to do this after No Way Home.
It felt like a movie. It felt cinematic. I'm going to start off straight away saying this is my favorite thing that Star Wars has done in a minute, right?
Yeah, nigga.
Andor, fucking fantastic. The first season of Mando, great. This is what we've been wanting for like the last 10 years. Like fuck all the bullshit with the new sequel trilogy. This is it. The first episode, I'm like, wow, they are world building. They've done more in the first 10 minutes of Skeleton Crew to expand the universe than fucking the last 3 movies.
Hell yeah.
Oh my God.
I want to say off the bat, it's nice to have a sense of wonder back in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
And I think that has to do with the fact that this revolves around kids. And look, I will say this off the bat, these are well-written kids because the mistakes they make are kid mistakes. Like, the shit they were doing, it was pissing me off, but I was just like, oh yeah, I would have definitely done that if I was a kid. So it's like, the whole thing is from the eyes of children. And bro, I want to adopt Neil, dog.
Neil is amazing.
He's like my favorite character. Like I want that. I want to adopt Neil, bro. Neil's just like me. He just looked at his friend. He's just like, man, I just want to go home.
Yeah, like Neil is awesome. And was it JB? What's the chick with the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
glasses?
yeah, 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 yeah. Look, we'll find that out soon. But yeah, she's awesome too.
Yeah,
Uh,
she's awesome too. Um, I don't like as an '80s baby. I grew up with like the Goonies, fucking the Explorers, Flight of the Navigator. This has got big Flight of the Navigator energy, right? Like, and you hit the nail on the head. Wonder,
right?
and like fucking hopefulness. Like
Because the
it's
one
like
thing I love, like my favorite moment, is in the first episode, and it's these two little dudes walking down the street pretending to be Jedi, going. Bzz, 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 bzz.
right.
I'm like, isn't that cool? Where people are still amazed by this, and they just not looking at this like, oh, it's just another Tuesday.
Yeah, right. Like it's uh and and the set design, right?
Excuse me.
Like the biggest problem I've had with Star Wars over the last couple of years is it's always in this fucking space station or on a barren planet or something or even on a planet that we've seen interpretations of forever. When we see the town for the first time, when they do that, that wide dolly out, and you see that it's a neighborhood, right? Like
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like a regular ass neighborhood where motherfuckers going to school and going to work.
yeah.
Right.
I do like that how as the kids get off planet accidentally, everybody just like, wait, you're from Al Astra?
Right,
Stop
right.
lying. Stop fucking lying. And then they're like, bro, they're from the treasure planet. And then you cut
Yeah,
back to the other planet, you're like, wait, that's why everybody here's so
a little
weird.
bit off.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, oh, okay. That's why everybody here is weird. And I was like, why do they have a shield around their planet? It don't make sense. And now I'm just like, they literally cut themselves off from the universe and just created a quote unquote utopia. And I put that in quotes
Right.
because there will never be a utopia ever.
And we're gonna find more about the planet in subsequent episodes. But like
Yeah.
every episode is like discovery, right?
Yep.
Like every you like,
The
and
pirate space station is what they tried to do in Ant-Man 3, dog. And they pulled it
Yeah.
off so much better here.
Look, if this were a movie, this would be one of my top 10 for the year, right? The fact that this is a
Yeah.
TV show actually works better because I'm so engaged. Like
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to sit down and watch a Star Wars show in a minute. Like I loved Andor.
And
Like,
Andor's
I loved
been
Andor.
a couple of years, bro.
Yeah, like, and even with Andor, it was dour. It was a spy thriller, which I'm
Yeah.
down for. But
Yeah.
this is the heart of Star Wars, right here. This is what George Lucas was trying to do, with the prequel trilogy.
Right.
know?
Right. This is how now you kind of wish he would have just came up with the story and then handed this off to like another like script writer and
Right.
possibly director, because I'm just like, I don't know, George. Probably could have got some better juice out of all those caliber role actors, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
But
like imagine if John Watts did episode 1, dog.
yeah, it'd be all over. Be like done. It's like it'd be a new classic. This I cannot state how excited I am for the rest of the season after watching these first 3 episodes. And like I've wanted to talk, like, because we saw this early. I've wanted to tell people, right? I've wanted to talk about it whenever I see a commercial. It's
Right.
like, this is gonna be your favorite Star Wars thing ever, right? Like, but you can't really get into it.
I mean, real quick, let's get into the talent behind this because, like, John Watts, him and his co-writer created the show, and he directed the first episode. David Lowery, one of our best independent filmmakers, did episodes 2 and 3, which me and Jeff saw. We're not going to talk too much about episode 3 because we can't. But I do got to say, the one character that's introduced in episode 3, if you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
I fucking love that character. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Every episode.
Jeff, listen to this. Episode 4, directed by the Daniels.
Yo, episode 4 is going to be amazing, man.
Episode 5, that's Jake Shear. Jake Shear's doing Thunderbolts right now. He got to do an episode of this.
All right, we'll see.
Episode 6, Bryce Dallas Howard.
Okay, all right.
Episode 7, Lee Isaac Chung, the director of Minari and Twisters.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then episode 8, John Watts again. So, like, they got a pretty fucking murder's row of directors. Right. And now, like, I kind of want David Lowery to direct his own Star Wars movie. Same with the Daniels, because the Daniels straight up said no to Marvel, and that's why they did Everything Everywhere All at Once. And now I'm like, if they're doing an episode of this, like, I kind of want to see their Star Wars movie, man. Same with David Lowery. Because, like, David Lowery, his 2 episodes, you could tell, my man, I think Pan and Wendy was a tee up for this, because he really does. And I don't mean this as, like, any diss to John Watts, because his episode is fantastic. I love it. But, like, the performances from the kids are so much better in 2 and 3. And I just think it's because David Lowery's worked with children before in Peter Pan and Wendy.
And let's talk about the kids for a moment, the acting.
So KB is your favorite.
KB. KB and Neil. KB and Neil.
Yeah,
like those
KB
that
and
team
Neil.
up.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's the other kids that are just annoying the fuck out of me. I
want to take KB to Moana just like Joe brought Nikki to Moana. Show up, be like, yo, Jeff, this is my son, Neil.
But like, all right, so if you've listened to the show, you know how critical I am of child actors, right? Because, you know, it's a special talent to be a child, but also to act and emote, right? Like you need, and I can tell a bad children's performance over a good one, right? And I give them no latitude, right? Like I give you no safe quarter. Perfect example is whoever played Princess Leia in that
that little girl,
that Obi-Wan show. She
By
was
the way,
horrible.
Jeff, that little girl was also the little sister in The Boogeyman.
Right. Not good. Right? She is not a good actress, right? She's someone's cousin. On the other hand, Skeleton Crew, because the whole entire show depends on these 4 little kids, they are stellar. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't ever want them to grow up because I want more Skeleton Crew seasons, which we're probably not going to get. But
who knows? Maybe.
Who knows? But they are going to grow up and be fantastic adult actors, right? You can see it. It's on screen. They've got talent, right? And because the show hinges on them. Because let's get it straight. Jude Law is a co-star.
Bro, and we might as well just come out and say this. Like, this nigga don't really show up till episode 3.
Right. He's
so
introduced.
Just be prepared.
Yeah. And I love that, right? Because the way they show you in the commercials, like it's Jude Law and a bunch of kids. Like, no, it's a bunch of kids and Jude Law. Right,
and like the trailer's trying to sell you like he's a Jedi, and I'm like, This dude is force sensitive, yes, but I don't
Right.
think this nigga's a Jedi. Like, you see,
Like,
I
but
would not
dis-
be
but
surprised if the
Discovery.
reveal is that he is a Sith.
Yeah. But like every episode is Discovery. We don't know. And like we haven't gotten that in Star Wars in such a long time where we can't see the plot ahead of time, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of these Star Wars shows, if you know anything about just TV or movies or your storytelling in general, you can see the twists and turns that they're going to throw out there because honestly, they have, you know, it's textbook play. But this I don't know what's going to happen from episode to episode, and that makes me excited.
Shout out to Tunde Abumpty, one of my favorite lead singers and one of my favorite bands, TV on the Radio. You are a fucking negligent ass dad in this show. I'm like, damn dog, you're a terrible parent. Like, Jesus.
Right? Like not supportive at all. And
just annoyed, and
like
just like, yo, take yourself
right.
to school. I'm like, dude, he's like 6 years old. What do you mean take himself to school?
Oh shit! And he's like, he's mad that he's mad that the kid missed the aptitude test. It's like, yeah, but he also was like fell in a ditch,
right
in the middle of the woods. Like, make sure he's not.
His name is Wim.
Wim.
The main character kid is Wim. Wim and Fern. Yeah. And you know what? I didn't like Fern at first. Because the first episode, I'm like, yo, you kind of a bully for no reason. And then episode 2 and 3, I'm on her side. Because I'm like, yeah, because Wim, like, dog, you need to chill out. Because you keep getting everybody into trouble. I'm kind of on Fern's side.
Like, and here's the thing. I don't like Fern, but I get it, right?
Yeah,
and that's
I'd be the same exact way. I'd be like,
right,
bro, you do something else, I'm gonna punch you in the face.
Right, like she's still a bully, but like she's not wrong, and that like you've gotten more complexity out of these 4 kids than you've gotten from Star Wars and fucking Marvel, right? More character complexity in these kids for these 3 episodes than you have on a whole entire pole franchise.
So this definitely benefited from being turned from a movie into a show. The Acolyte definitely should have just been a movie, bro.
Yeah, I told you, I didn't finish The Acolyte. I got bored after the 4th episode. Like, I can't.
Like watching that whole season, I'm like, bro, we could have did this in 2 hours.
Right.
Shit. Yeah, man. Like, I enjoy hanging out with these kids, man. Like, I could see myself in Jude Law's shoes, just driving a spaceship, turn around, and be like, "Shut up!
Like I'm like just reaching back, trying to slap someone in the head. It's like, if you don't shut up right now, I'm turning it around.
I'll be like
turning the ship around.
I'll be like an old Spanish abuela, just take my fucking boot off. Like, use the force to make sure it hits them in the head when I throw it. I swear to God, I will stop this starship and I will beat you personally.
Oh man, this show.
No wonder they had it, because it's not in the first 3 episodes we saw, but no wonder in the trailers, that one part where Jude Law turns to Neil and he's like, "Yo, you pilot the ship," and Wim goes, "Him?" I'm like, yeah. I'd be like, yeah. Look, Wim's the only chill one here. He's gonna pilot the ship.
Like Wim, like Neil just wants to like
go
do
home.
Good, hang out, go home, hang out with his little siblings.
Bro, and the fact that Wim had the audacity to climb on top of their house while my man's is chilling in the bath. Like, I would have been like, no, man. Like, this is an invasion of my privacy. Like, what are you doing? You as the little psychopath? Like, my man's was literally chilling in the bathtub. God. Hey! I found something on climbing on top of their house. I'm like, yo, man.
And I wish we could talk about. I wish we could talk about episode 3, but all I'm gonna say is when they're running from the TIE fighters, right? And like it's like everybody has that childhood dream, and like it comes true in episode 3 when the TIE fighter chase.
Yo, I want to give a shout out to the droid they find on the ship, because that is the best droid since KS-2O from Rogue One.
Right? Let's talk about Nick. It doesn't even sound like Nick Frost. Right?
Oh, that's Nick Frost?
That's Nick Frost, dude.
That's wild. That's wild on every level.
Yo. But let's talk about the fucking droid. That's the fucking first pirate ship first mate. Right? Like, I want to go on adventures with him.
Yo, I would just have him be my bodyguard. Like, I would be Rocket and he would just be my group, bro. I'd be like, yo, listen, can you handle this for me? Handle this. Like, they should have played Nook while you book. Wow, Nook.
Right. Yo, he's a ride or die, right?
Yo, my man's 100%. Throwing hands hard.
You ever see a robot fist fight? You about to, right?
And my man's has a rat running in and out of his eye socket, and he don't care.
But right, that's his little pet rat. That's his little fucking, like most pirates got a fucking parrot. This nigga got a rat.
That is wild.
And look how caring Neil is when the robot gets electrocuted, and Neil tries to heal the little rat too. It's like you lovely.
He's like, yo, we gotta save him, and they do. It's a whole rescue mission to get him back. And Jude Law's just like, I hate you kids. Fine.
Honestly, Star Wars fans don't deserve this show, right? This show is too good for the toxicity that these Star Wars fans have been putting out into the world these last few years.
And I don't think they're gonna like it. You know why? Because it's not pandering.
Right.
There's no nostalgia callbacks.
Not near one Skywalker. Not nary nothing. Like, these are original, fully fleshed out characters that expand the world, but do not nothing here has galactic stakes. I hope, as far as we know.
Right.
It's just a simple story of the millions of simple stories that can exist in the Star Wars universe, because it's a universe.
Yeah. More like this, just standalone stuff, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, where the Acolyte failed, where Obi-Wan failed, this is amazing. This is leaps and bounds.
Yeah, this is just as good as the first season of The Mandalorian so far.
Yeah.
John, just to give y'all a heads up, this is 8 episodes. John Watts and Christopher Ford they wrote every episode except for 2.
Okay.
Yeah,
and good. I feel it. I feel that this is someone's baby. This is someone's vision. Someone loved this project.
Would like to say, please, guys. As good as this is, can we stop exploring this part of the Star Wars timeline? The huge gap between Jedi and Force Awakens. When it did the opening crawl and I saw, we're back in this time period again. Right. I'll be real with you. Besides everything with Mando and Grogu, have this be the last project set in this space of time. I'm done. I'm really done.
Right. I mean, I don't have a problem with this property, because it does not nothing informs so far the next phase, right? Nothing informs the Force Awakens here. I don't have a problem with it staying in this timeline, this this sliver of time, as long as, right, no fucking Jedis, no First Order, none of that bullshit. Just like it just happens to take place.
I would prefer, like, let's see the galaxy rebuild itself in its current turmoil now that the First Order is annihilated. Let's do stuff that takes place after this sequel trilogy. Like, yo, let's see some new Jedi start traveling the galaxy because it's so lawless out there, and they're just like, all right, let me go to this water planet and restore order. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot that can be done, but honestly, right? If what we're getting out of Star Wars is like, if what we're getting out of Skeleton Crew is evidence of how we're going to go forward with Star Wars, instead of like making telling actual stories, this might have brought me back to Star Wars, because I was done with it for a minute.
Yeah,
like I was about to jump ship.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
And like it's such a whiplash, because I went from not wanting to watch another Star Wars thing, right, to now one of my favorite things on TV is a Star Wars property.
Also, Lucasfilm, start rewarding your directors. Like, give David Lowery a movie, give the Daniels a movie.
Yeah.
Bryce has now done multiple episodes across 3 or 4 shows. Like, give her a movie, man.
Right.
Like, this is kind of disrespectful at this point. I mean, that's her episode of Book of Boba Fett, literally the only one I can say I enjoyed, especially with that oneer. Like, that oneer of Mando walking through the town, getting in the elevator, going down, and it kept going.
Right.
I'm like, oh, this is actually pretty impressive. It didn't feel like a oneer where the director was showing off like it normally does.
Right.
Give her a movie, man. Like, y'all at this point, like, what does she have to do?
Like she's more than earned it, and she honestly, she needs to wash the taste of Argyle out of our mouths.
Yeah. I would love to see a David Lowery Star Wars movie where he has full creative control. I know he says that recently, like, yeah, Peter Pan and Wendy kind of, it is what it is, because it was slipped away from me, and I was like, oh yeah, Disney pulled a Disney. Right. But yeah, I would love to see him have full creative control on a Star Wars property, especially if these episodes 2 and 3, where you could clearly tell they're just like, yo, here's the script, do you want to do it? And he's just like, oh yeah, and he's like, I could do whatever I want, and they're like, yeah, as long as you do the script. Who cares?
Right. Yeah, it is. Yeah, let these people cook.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, right. Like, you
again,
if you're gonna,
no, go ahead.
No, like, I'm just saying, like, you get these talented people and you don't let them do what you hire them for. Let them cook.
Yeah, and again, I mean this as no disrespect to John Watts, but like episodes 2 and 3 by David Lowery, I'm just like, yeah, bro.
I mean, like, here's the thing. You don't have to apologize to John Watts because he created this thing, right? So like,
and he did he's still doing the old man as well.
Oh,
he
that's
has
right.
wolves.
Yeah, like he's
fine. Well, damn, man, my man's just working. Damn,
he's good.
No
for
wonder
him.
he's just
good
like, yeah, I don't want to do Spider-Man no more.
I get it. I get
it.
He launched it, or rebooted it, or whatever like that. And look, this Star Wars thing. Oh, my God, people will be talking about Skeleton Crew for years to come. If Star Wars for the next 10 years fucks up, right, and puts out dog shit, people are gonna be like, but Skeleton Crew,
Right? At least we had
Right?
Andor and Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew, right? Yeah.
Also would like to say, like, please let John Watts cook. Like, if this is a one and done, then like bring him back for something else if he has more ideas.
Right.
Because this
Yeah,
is
I like.
this show's so good. I kind of makes me wish I had a kid so we could sit down and watch this together.
I get that. I totally get that. Like I said, this show has big 80s vibes, right? Like the stuff that they were producing for kids, adventure show movies from the 80s. Like I said, The Explorers, even to like Iron Eagle and Rooskies and stuff like that. Like just kids in adult situations being kids, right? On these adventures, right?
Yo, cause come on, that whole thing at the bar where they're ordering the ramen and that dude's
Right,
trying to rip
yeah.
him off, and that dude's like,
Yeah.
"Hey kid, he's trying to fleece you out your money." And they're just like, "What do we do?" And he's just like, this," and flips over the bowl and creates a fire.
Yeah. God, oh, this show is so good.
I'm definitely going to watch it with you guys again tonight because I want to watch a high quality version in 4K, with full HDR so I could get those full colors, and on my sound bar so I could get some good sound because look, no offense to Disney, because I watched the screener yesterday for a movie we're going to do in our next episode, and I don't know why the quality of that screener was better than this show, because the quality of this show on those screeners, I was just like, y'all, this doesn't even look HD. This looks like it's standard definition.
Right. And that's how good the story is, right? It was standard definition, and we're still like, Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. I'm going to watch the first 2 episodes again. I want to watch them in 4K with that 5.1 sound.
Yeah, but like, I don't know if we could. I can't tell people enough. Watch this show. Keep it alive. And all of you snarky, just jaded Star Wars fans, just stop. Just stop.
I'm going to add, so far since Disney has taken over, I'll add this to the list of Last Jedi, Andor,
First
Rogue
season of Mando.
One, first season of Mando, and now this. That is 5 things. So
yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I hope Patty Jenkins gets to do Rogue Squadron, because out of all the shit that's been announced, I'm like, honestly, that sounds like the coolest, because I don't care. I don't mind more episodes, but not by Simon Kinberg.
Yeah. Well. I mean, look, look, it's Monday. I'm not going to start off with that kind of energy. So I'm just going to say some motherfuckers are lucky. Yeah.
Somebody's got to, somebody has to literally sit me down. Somebody in the industry who's working. We'll do this off mic. Come sit me down and tell me how. How?
Yeah.
Because Jeff, if that was you or me, we'd be done.
We would have been done after the 355. What else?
Maybe Dark Phoenix, right? Yeah, I don't think we would have gotten a second chance. I think we probably would have been done after Dark Phoenix.
And honestly, Dark Phoenix is not the worst thing he's done. It's not. Like, I watched it a while ago, and it's like, well, because it's the first time of me seeing it, and it's like, it's not the worst thing I've seen. in this
I
franchise.
yo, listen. You look at his producing credits, there are some good movies, but I feel like he had very minimal involvement because the stuff that he was hands-on for, I'm like, bro, you ruined it.
Right.
His first
Yeah.
movie that ever got made, he wrote the script for. Triple X State of the Union. A movie so bad that everybody who worked on it should not have had a career after that. And yet somehow he still got hired to write scripts. I mean, he got to do the Dark Phoenix storyline twice. Once in The Last Stand and once
Yeah.
with Dark Phoenix.
Yeah.
Same
And,
dude
like,
twice.
Look, I hated The Last Stand. Like, I'm on record by saying that Brett Ratner should stick to what Brett Ratner does.
I will say this, Last Stand better directed than Dark Phoenix.
I can't agree with that, man. Dark
Phoenix,
Dark because the ideas were there, man. The idea, like, everything was there except for a threat. Right? Everything
or
like,
coherent script.
Yeah, but like the stuff that was there, it worked for me. I wish it would have worked all together. It would have worked. I wish it had worked all together.
They lost me at the beginning where they're just like, yo, we're taking the X-Jet to space. And somebody's like, can this even go to space? And they're like, well, we'll find out. They're not wearing spacesuits or nothing. They're just in space. And then Cyclops goes to a periscope and puts his face in to shoot lasers out of the front of the X-Jet. As they're playing this dramatic ass Hans Zimmer score that seemed like Hans Zimmer on autopilot.
I kind of like the fact that it went real comic booky, you know.
Yo, but it's trying to be serious at the same time. Like it is terrible.
Like, I know it's not a good movie, but I did not hate it as much as I thought I would have. But anyway,
man.
Let's get away from that.
The future of Star Wars is still scary, so let's not get too hopeful.
Yeah, but they should.
The hope.
They should call
this in Andor
Skeleton
because
Crew.
Andor drops in April.
Yeah. This is A New Hope.
So
right.
This ends in January.
Skeleton Crew: A New Hope.
Yeah, so Skeleton Crew ends January 18th, and then we gotta wait a little bit, and then in April, Andor season 2. Oh yeah, January 14th is the finale.
So Disney Plus, you got me until January 14th.
Yo, listen,
and then it's
they got this, and then don't forget in March we got Daredevil. But shouldn't Daredevil drop in February though? So that way it doesn't overlap with Andor.
Unless they're only doing
make these event shows, you know what I'm saying?
Unless they're only doing like 6 episodes or 4 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's 6. I know the first half is 6 episodes. They said it's like 12 episodes split into 2 seasons.
Okay. Well, we'll see. Well, like I don't know, but all right, Disney Plus, you got me for a couple more months.
Yeah, yo, listen.
But yeah, Skeleton Crew.
I'm not trying to blow smoke up your ass. Like Skeleton Crew, if you got kids, like sit down and watch it with them.
Yeah, watch it with them.
Even if you don't have kids, watch it. Watch it.
Right. It is that good. It is the best thing I've seen television-wise to come from the Mouse House
in a
this
minute.
year, honestly. Yeah.
What else came out this year? Was Loki last year or this year?
Loki was last year, I think. Or if it like
wow, man, time is just like gone.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm trying to think what came out this year on Disney Plus.
Agatha, but like Agatha started falling apart. You started seeing the seams by like episode 4.
Wow. So Disney Plus didn't really have much of. Oh yeah, Acolyte. Because I was like, wait, there had to be another. It was Acolyte.
Like I like okay, cool Acolyte. Wait, didn't they have an Ahsoka? Ahsoka was this year too, right?
That was also this year. That wasn't. I could have swore that was last year.
I think. I mean, it could have been. I don't
Listen. Either way. Don't. Let's stop revisiting old characters. Like the only old character I'd
Skeleton
like to
Crew-
revisit is Donald Glover as Lando, and then John Boyega get him back as Finn, away from Rey,
Yeah, like
because clearly y'all don't know how to work that dynamic at all.
yeah, Skeleton Crew should be how we're taking things in the future, right? Like new stories, new characters, just new adventures.
Yeah, a whole universe. We keep coming back to one family and one guy.
Exactly.
One family and one bad guy.
We can do better.
Yeah, and hopefully they are. Listen, Jude Law, as far as blockbusters go, never been in a blockbuster I didn't like other than Sherlock Holmes 2. Otherwise, like, yo, I fucks with King Arthur. I fucks with Captain Marvel. You know what I'm saying? What else has he been in? It's been big budget.
I'm trying to let me pull up the Jude Law. Give me a second.
Yeah, ye old IMDb. Yo, I kind of wish King Arthur got a sequel, honestly.
It wasn't horrible, right? It just
Yeah,
like
I'm
that
like the only
CGI
person
at
who
the
likes
end.
that movie. Yeah.
Like I think, like it was just that CGI climax that would look like a cutscene.
I might watch King Arthur right as we finish this, honestly.
All right, do we count Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore
Yes.
as a
Yes,
blockbuster?
because he is
Okay.
Dumbledore. Okay, so all right, so that didn't work. And he was a good Dumbledore. I ain't even gonna hold you. It's just
Right. It was that movie. That's
Hey,
honestly what they did with that series.
just a quick detour, real quick. HBO Max has come out and said that JK will be a part of the new show, heavily involved, and the fans were disappointed, and they're just like, well, she created it and she's successful, and we don't want to destroy our partnership with her. And I'm like, well, isn't she the reason why that series was like not good? Because those scripts that she wrote were not good.
Yeah, like just she can just be rich, right? Like,
Yeah,
isn't that
yeah.
the dream? Is just to be rich, right?
Yeah.
Like she did the work. You laid the groundwork. Give your show notes on the DL, whatever.
Also, as
But-
a creative, I don't know about you, Jeff, but I wouldn't want to spend another 10 years of my life going back and doing the same exact stories that I spent 15 years
Right.
on between books and movies, because they were making the movies halfway through the series of the books being published. Like, why would you want to put yourself through that again?
Even George Lucas did some other shit, right? Like to varying success. But like,
But even the prequels are different from the original trilogy. You can't even
right.
say, like, as much as we all like deride the prequels, like they ain't the same as the original trilogy. So you can't say he's doing the same thing. I will give him that. He was trying to do different things.
I was even talking about Red Tails.
Oh
right?
yeah.
Yeah. But and like the stuff he produced, and like people forget that George Lucas gave us Indiana Jones.
Yeah, man.
Right? Like
Yo,
George Lucas gave us.
You took Lucas and Spielberg away, and look what we got.
Yeah.
Y'all shit on Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, but Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is much more enjoyable than that shit.
Yeah. I never thought I would absolutely hate an Indiana Jones film. But yeah, that what I can't even think of the name of it. The Time Crisis. Fucking what was it?
Dial
Fucking
of Destiny.
Dial of Destiny.
You could have
Fuck.
cut the FBI agent completely out of that movie. It would have been like 20 minutes shorter. Could have cut Antonio Banderas out of the movie. Would have been 10 minutes shorter.
I could cut an hour out of that film, like, without a problem.
Yeah, man. It just pisses me off hearing Spielberg say, like, yeah, what I want to do is have Indy and Marion on a mission together. And it's just like, y'all didn't want, I know what it is. Y'all didn't want two old people together.
Right. Yeah. But you know what? It would have worked.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Spielberg would have made it work.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yo, listen. I'm just getting you know what? Let's not talk about it.
Yeah,
I will say this because this ties back into Star Wars. I watched a video last night about what was going to be originally Episode 7, and during the development, Harrison Ford said yes to coming back because he straight up told Mark Hamill, because Mark Hamill wasn't going to do it until he found out Harrison Ford was coming back, because he thought the original trilogy had a beginning, middle, and end, and there's no need to do the sequels. And so he asked Harrison, he's like, Harrison, why are you coming back? Because now I have to do it. And he's just like, well, they're paying me a shit ton of money, and they're letting me do Indiana Jones. And I was just like, damn, bro, you like... And you hear Spielberg talk about it, and Spielberg was like, yeah, I honestly had no interest in doing the fifth one until I heard Harrison really wanted to do it. And that's why I came aboard, because I was like, if Harrison really wants to do it, we could do another one.
Right.
And then he's like, I pitched 3 different movies to that studio, and they said no.
I don't understand. Like, I just saw something online the other day, like the most successful directors in history, and guess who was at number 1?
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah.
Like fucking the box office kid, Blockbuster, fucking Blockbuster Stevie, right? Like,
y'all should have known better. Y'all had 2/3 of Indiana Jones. You need the whole triangle.
The Holy Trinity. You need the trilogy. The Holy Trinity.
Indiana Jones doesn't work without 3 people. List them off, Jeff.
It's George Lucas.
Mm-hmm.
It is Steven Spielberg, and it's Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
When you have 2/3 of that gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and let's make it a square, because you need
John Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have 2/4 missing.
Right.
And the only one who could do the heavy lifting was John Williams. Shit. But yeah, look, I'm excited for Star Wars again.
Yeah, look, and that is a miracle in of itself.
Yeah.
Honestly, the fact that, like, I am mad that I've seen the first 3 episodes, because now I have to wait extra long to watch the 4th episode.
The Daniels, man, I want to see what they're gonna do in a Star Wars.
They're gonna kill it. Oh,
also,
if they're...
I love how John Watts created this, and he's just like, I get to do the premiere and the finale.
Yeah, look, good for him. Good for him. So this is what Star Wars should have been for the last 10 years.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
it does make me feel like a kid again watching Star Wars. I never thought I would say that.
It makes me feel excited for this this property, but also it just makes me less jaded, because this does not feel like product, right? Everything else has felt like product. This feels like... I kind of
wish more stories in our favorite franchises were told from the point of view of a kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, imagine if they did a Superman movie from the point of view of John.
Okay, yeah.
And John starts developing his powers over the course of the movie. And it's just Superman being a dad to John.
It's fine. Yes.
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, exactly.
like being an adult is hard and stupid and it's the worst, right? But if you can unlock that kid feeling, that like sense of wonder and discovery and amazement, like you got it. You got me, right? Like Star Wars is so ingrained in me that even to this day, if no one's looking, I'll pretend like I'm using the Force to open up those automatic sliding doors. Right? Like,
Oh hell yeah, I do
tell
that
me
too.
you
I
don't.
do the hand
Tell me you
wave.
don't.
Just
Right? I do like, yeah.
no, I just do
Yeah.
a quick
So,
hand
like-
wave just to make it look like somebody I'm activating the sensor when I'm really like,
I'm really using
yeah,
the Force. Right?
yep.
Like, thank you, George Lucas, for giving us that. Right? And thank you, John Waters, for reminding us of John Watts of reminding us of that.
Yeah, I was like John
So-
Waters.
Yeah. John Waters gave because I was just reading that like his next movie got canceled, Trash Mouth.
Yeah, it's starring Aubrey Plaza. I was
Liar
like, oh, that's disappointing, man. That it, like the last movie he put out was A Dirty Shame, and that was like when I was 10.
Was it A Dirty Shame? I thought it was Serial Mom was his last one.
Nah, it's A Dirty Shame.
Yeah, because I read Liar Mouth and I was like, yeah, Aubrey Plaza would be perfect for this. And then I got excited, throughout the whole entire process, and then I just read that it was canceled, so that's why John Waters was on my mind.
No disrespect
way-
to you, Mr. Watts.
Yeah, there's no way to to confuse John Watts and John Waters. But yeah, so I'll say it again for the soundbite. Thank you, George Lucas, for giving us this, and thank you, John Watts, of reminding us of this.
Watching this in Andor, it just kind of reinforces that maybe we need top tier talent in this universe, because like the Gilroys, they're not like slouches, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you look who the writers they have on that show. Like they even have Bill Williamson, who is the writer creator of House of Cards.
Right.
So like it like you look at the directors they enlisted for this show, and I'm just like, oh. And you know what? I'll even say this: I was not a fan of Book of Boba Fett, but the episodes Robert Rodriguez directed were awesome, and his episode in season 2 of Mando, awesome. So like,
right.
we y'all need to really start recruiting like top notch talent to this universe, bro, and not Simon Kinberg. I'm
And
talking
honestly-
about like next level writers and directors, because clearly they want to do it and it can work.
And honestly, like, if you want to separate your have an off print, imprint where it's just directors allowed to cook, right? Call it Star Wars Galaxy Far Far Away or some shit like that, like the Galaxy Far Far Away imprint, where people can experiment and do weird shit and actually tell stories, and then you can keep your franchise bullshit in the primary timeline.
Yo, man, because on the Oppenheimer press tour, there's that clip that went around and was going around for months where that one dude asked rapid fire questions to Nolan, and one of the rapid fire questions would you direct a Star Wars movie? And he said, I abstain. He didn't want to give an answer because
Right.
I was like, oh, well,
Yeah.
you don't want to say yes, but you don't want to say no, because you would definitely take that meeting. And Kathleen, honestly, get him on the phone and just let him do his thing. Let him
Right.
do one movie, a one-off, like a Christopher Nolan Star Wars movie. Man, these movies already make $1 billion.
Right. You might get to $1 trillion. You might.
Like, yo, ask James Cameron. Be like, yo, James, now that you're done making your own Star Wars, do you want to make an actual Star Wars movie, like a one-off or whatever you want to do? I guarantee you, he'd be like, as long as you leave me alone, sure.
Yeah. As long, like, I think that's the primary answer. As long as you leave me alone, just leave me. Just let me cook.
Y'all clearly don't have any ideas, so just let people go and rip. Let it rip.
Right. Yeah. So like they left John Watts alone, and we got fucking Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. We left the Gilroys alone. We got
Andor. Right. Just write the
I know
checks.
what the problem is. The problem is y'all give Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau too much power because they are executive producers on this.
Right.
But it seems like that's just in name only.
Right.
But
that's
y'all got to stop
yeah.
relying on them to so much, honestly. And that's no disrespect to them, but
right.
like
they've done a lot. They've shepherded a lot, but also like just write the checks, Daddy.
Yeah, because like we're kind of in this rut because of them too. So
yeah.
So that's the first 3 episodes of Skeleton Crew. I hope we get screeners for like.
I would love Disney if you're listening.
Yeah, let me get the screeners for the rest of the show.
A, send us both screeners, but B, send us screeners for the rest of the show.
Yeah, man. Like
I'm like a crackhead. Like, you got that episode 4, baby?
Yo,
you got that episode 4?
Like, yo, I'm not gonna be able to wait till January 14th to see the end of this.
Right? Like, I want to binge this.
Yeah, man.
I need it all.
Yeah. Look, I don't even begrudge anybody doing the week-to-week model.
Yeah.
Because the binging stuff, it does get old.
Yeah, but like for this, I kind of want all.
Yeah,
of
I want to binge
right
it
now. Yeah,
I want to see if Neil's gonna get home okay, man. That's the one kid I want to get home. Is Neil gonna be okay?
If Neil doesn't
because
get
I
home,
swear to God, if y'all kill Neil, this show sucks. Automatically a F minus.
Y'all motherfuckers thought Grogu was the character, right? Like, nah, it's Neil.
Yeah, man, Neil. I have big Neil energy. Like, man, we shouldn't be doing this. Or I just want to go home.
I love this show so much.
All right, y'all. We'll see y'all in the next episode.
We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Norwood, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, a.k.a. He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best. It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.